Hello, how you doing? I want to talk to you today about the migrant issue, narco-traffickers, and the cartel. Now, we've had an explosion of migrants. Let's get real for a minute. Let's look at the facts. The cartel's over 100,000 strong. That is just in Central America. Okay, that's not including what's in the United States. My neighborhood, for example, has 7 cartels. So you can just imagine what is in the United States, the whole of the United States. I'm just talking about one neighborhood. No one gets to the border, absolutely no one, without paying the cartel first. A poor Guatemala said he paid them $6,000. Okay, well, I can find him some land for $6,000. But I thought it was $15,000 per person. But he paid them $6,000. We are not getting the tired, the poor, the heavy laden. We're just getting straight up criminals in this country. We're getting the worst of the worst from Honduras, the worst from Guatemala, the worst from Venezuela. We're getting narco traffickers, criminals, rapists, serial killers, who knows what else. I can't even begin to tell you how many Americans would be alive if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for the Central American, the illegals. Like I said, we're getting the worst of the worst. Right now, the Venezuelans, all these illegal migrants, they have a license to beat up cops. Now, New York tolerates that. Now, if those were black people beating up cops, they wouldn't have lived to even tell the tale. Those cops would have shot him. But no, the Venezuelans, they get a pass on that for beating up a cop. Now, I saw a cop shoot a black man. He was on the ground with another cop on top of him, but he still got shot dead by the cops. If there had been a black mob beating up those cops, he wouldn't have lived to tell the tale. None of them would have lived to tell the tale. Now, let's face it. I'm talking about real data here, okay? If we do not have an economy without drugs, we do not have an economy without fentanyl, cocaine, heroin, and marijuana, which you can grow now. We don't have an economy without that. We got to have those. So look, bring the Chinese mafia over here, because they have the formula for fentanyl. Bring the Venezuelan mafia, the Venezuelan cartel over here, okay? Because, they have the cocaine. They have the cocaine that we want. The Central Americans have the cocaine and heroin that we want. So bring the Central American cartel over here. Bring the African cartel over here. They know voodoo. Just bring them over here for good measure. Okay. Now, see, if the cartel demands from the government, that the illegals have food stamps. They got it. The cartel demanded from the government that the illegals get housing. They got it. An American, a white American or a black American would pay $1,500 a month in rent. They pay either $15 or none. Uncle Sam pays for the whole thing. The cartel demanded from the government that we educate all their children, and we pay for them to be born into the world. Probably any Mexican, any Central American younger than about 65, America has paid for, the government has paid for. They said they're going to take over California, Arizona, and New Mexico. And they have already destroyed California. California said they destroyed. California's bankrupt. Can't do nothing with California. I mean, that land in California is not even worth the $5 an acre. So the cartel demanded from the government to have unlimited immigration. They got it. That's what open borders policy is about. Unlimited immigration. The cartel demanded it from the government. See, who is calling the shots for the government? Who is in control of the government? It's the cartel. You do not understand why any administration would destroy this country from within. That's how the Roman Empire got destroyed. Got destroyed from within. You don't understand any government that was destroyed its own country from within until you understand that the cartel runs the government. The cartel calls the shots. The cartel told the government, we'll give you drugs if you take in unlimited migrants and you pay for everything. Okay? See, there's 2 people groups that are afraid of the cartel, the Asians and the whites. The Asians are afraid not to hire the Mexicans in their laundromats or their nasty food places or their convenience stores or the hair places. They're afraid not to hire the Mexicans. The whites are afraid of them, period. The white contractors are afraid not to hire those illegals to build $300,000 home. Now, I've taken the carpenter class. They won't hire me, but they hire the illegals to do it. They're afraid not to hire because they're afraid of this government is afraid of the cartel. Because the cartel is 100,000 strong. We're not worried about the Chinese. No. We got a formidable enemy right across the border. United States is intimidated and fearful of the cartel. That's why the cartel is in charge of this administration. You do not understand why any administration would destroy this country from within until you understand that the cartel is calling the shots in this government, that the cartel is in charge of this government. The cartel is in charge of this administration. You do not understand it until you understand that. Bye.